Hi YouTube, it's Naya, and I happened to be in my local drugstore and I finally came across the new CoverGirl True Naked eyeshadow palettes. Now CoverGirl normally is not one of the companies where I gravitate to their eyeshadows, but I happened to see these palettes and they really look pretty interesting, so I decided to pick them up and get them and try them out. And if you guys would like to see swatches and get my first impression of them, then stay tuned. I also picked up a couple of new items off of the new Maybelline display, so I'll show you those after I finish swatching these guys. So first of all, CoverGirl has brought out 3 new True Naked eyeshadow palettes, and these palettes look like this. They come with 6.5 grams of eyeshadow product, or 0.23 ounces of product in there. There's a total of 8 eyeshadows per each palette, and I think CoverGirl is trying to follow the trend of Urban Decay with the nakedness thing going on here. And on the back of each of the palettes are the names of the shadows, so I'm going to give a kudos to CoverGirl for naming each one of the eyeshadows in the palette. So this very first one is called the Nudes, and the Nudes looks like this. Just your everyday natural eyeshadows. You have some highlighting shades here. You have some nice inner corner highlight right there, and then you have your nice transitional shades and outer V shades, so you can deepen up your outer V. So this very first shade right here is called Buff. Right here you have Shell, Champagne, Fawn, and Fawn would make a great transitional shade. Mink. This next one is Cocoa, Coffee, and Sable. So I will give you guys swatches of these first 4. And right off the bat, they're really soft. I will say the eyeshadows are very soft. So this very first one right here is Buff, Shell, Champagne, and Fawn. And Fawn is very faint. It doesn't swatch very well, but I think this would make a great transitional shade for myself because it blends right into my skin tone. So that is the first 4, and I'm gonna see if I can build Fawn up just a wee bit more. There you go. So there's a better swatch of it. So there is the first 4. And these are really soft shadows. So right here you have Mink, Cocoa, Coffee, and Sable. And here are the last 4. So that is the swatch of the Nudes palette. And these will retail you for $9.99 if you are so inclined to pick them up. This next one is called the True Naked Goldens. And the Goldens palette looks like this. So right here you have Creme, Chiffon, Cookie, Sunkissed, Camel, Ginger, Ecru, and this last one is Sierra. So I will give you first 4 swatches. So here are the first 4. So you have Creme, Chiffon, Cookie, and Sunkissed. And Sunkissed is like this really pretty golden shade. So there are the first 4 shadows in the palette. And let's swatch the next 4. And here are the last 4. So you have Camel, Ginger, Ecru, and Sierra. And here are the last 4 shades in the Golden palette. And this Camel shade and this Ecru shade are really pretty. I also like the Ginger shade. So it's seeming like I'm liking the darker shades. You have some nice highlighting shades in the front here and a couple of nice transitions. So I will be wearing one of these palettes tomorrow when I come and do my last haul of 2015, and I will let you guys know how well they do on the eyes, how long they lasted, and things of that nature. So once again, those are the Goldens. And then this very last one is called the True Naked Roses. And this is the Roses palette. And right here you have Almond, Champagne, Baby, Rose Gold, Copper Gold, Dusk, Mauve, and Mousse. So those are roses. So let's do the first 4. So here is Almond, Champagne, Baby, and Rose Gold. And there they are swatched out on my arm. And now the last 4. So here is the last 4. So right here you have Copper Rose, Dusk, Mauve, and Mousse. And here they are swatched out on my arm. So far the pigmentation seems to be there on most of the shadows. I think the lighter ones will work better with a primer, but like I said, I will try out one of these tomorrow and let you guys know my ultimate opinion on them and whether or not they are worth you spending your $9.99 for them. Alright, the next thing I did was I picked up a couple of items from the new Maybelline display, and the first thing that I picked up is one of the new Maybelline Master Contour face contouring kits, and I believe that there are 2 kits on the display. I guess this is the darkest one. This is number 20, and this is the medium to deep palette. So inside you get this little brush here, kind of flimsy, but you know, I guess you have to thank them for trying. So inside of the medium to deep kit, you get a contour shade, you get this peachy pink blush shade, and then you get this kind of light champagne highlight shade. So I will give you guys swatches of these. And they're really soft and silky feeling. So here is the contour shade, the blush shade, and the highlight shade in the medium to deep. And here they are swatched out on my arm, and I tried to swatch them pretty heavy so that you can really get the shading and the actual pigmentation of the product. I really like the blush shade. This is a pretty blush. The contour shade is not bad at all, and the highlight shade, like I said, it's just like a champagne color, so it is really, really pretty also. So far I am liking this Master Contour Kit by Maybelline. I also picked up 2 of the primers that was on the display, and this very first one is number 410, and it is the Prime and Smooth, and I think this one has a light illuminating properties in it. It comes in a package like this. So inside of here you get this little cute kind of plasticky clear jar. Unlike most primers, they come in tubes or jars that we can't see through, and I really like the fact that this one is see-through, so you can actually see how much product is remaining in your primer, whereas like the Urban Decays and the Too Faced, it's really hard to discern how much product is still remaining in there. Inside of the Master Prime you get 0.23 fluid ounces of product, so you get a decent amount. You have this doe foot wand that looks like this, and right off the bat, just looking at the product, it looks kind of moussey in texture. So this very first one that I'm going to show you guys is the Prime and Smooth, and it does have like a little sheen to it. So here is the Prime and Smooth. And then the next one that I picked up is number 420, and this is the Prime and Matte. And it's a little darker than the Prime and Smooth. I'm going to show you them side by side. So here's the Prime and Smooth, and here is the Prime and Matte. And I guess it's kind of like, if you had to think about it, it would be like Urban Decay's Eden versus Urban Decay Sin. So let me give you a swatch of the matte one. So here is the matte, and here is the Prime and Smooth. And it doesn't take but maybe a couple of seconds for this to get completely matte and dry. So it doesn't have like a tacky feel to it. So I will, just for argumentative sake, let's grab an eyeshadow and let's place an eyeshadow on top of them to see how well they do at making eyeshadows pop or not. So here is an eyeshadow on top of the smooth one, and here is an eyeshadow kind of on top of the matte one. So right off the bat, they're okay. I don't know the wear time. Maybelline says that you can get 24-hour wear out of these. So I am going to apply all these things tomorrow, and when I come and do my video tomorrow, I'll let you guys know how well my eyeshadows held up and if there was any creasing or anything of that nature. And then the very last thing from Maybelline that I picked up was one of the new Maybelline Master Precise Skinny automatic eyelining pencil, and these are supposed to have a 1.8 millimeter micro tip, meaning they should always remain sharp, and they're supposed to have a smooth gel-like intensity. I got mine in shade 210, which is defining black, but they also have these in brown, and they come in a package like this. You can't miss this because it is this bright, pretty, girly pink, and you know, most of us love the shade of pink. These are retractable. So here is the point on the skinny pencil. Looks like this. Now, in playing with this thus far, I noticed that you can't press down too hard because they break easily. So you have to kind of use a very light as that one just did. It just broke. As you can see, I have no point there. So I think you have to be very gentle with this pencil. But it does feel very creamy against my skin. And there is the line. This would be great for tight lining and lining your upper and lower lash line. So I definitely will give you a try with this tomorrow and tell you how well it wears, if it runs, if it bleeds. So those are all the items that I picked up just recently in my local drugstore. If you guys have any questions or any concerns, please leave me a comment down below. And if you picked up any of these items, tell me what you think about the ones that you have. Alright guys, take care, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.